Hello. It's time to wrap this thing up. We are, there's just an arm floating in my shot. This is an arm floating in my shot.
Is that?
Yes,
Oh, sorry.
second. And Brian is here. Just lean in really quick so it's not so weird. All right, there he is. uh, Welcome. This is the Roundup Sacramento Comedy Spots 2021. Big day of giving, 24-hour live stream. This is our second year that we've had 24 hours of live streaming. Thank you so much for everybody who has been part of this journey. Let's do another 24 hours, says Brian. I say no. So, first things first. We are really grateful to the leadership of Big Day of Giving. This is an annual event that raises so much money for nonprofits. It gives us an opportunity to work together and be mentored. Even before Big Day of Giving, we have to attend classes. We have to go to seminars. We get marketing. We get marketing training. We get training on how to engage our donors. How we engage our board members. And it's just such a valuable resource. And we are so incredibly grateful to the leadership of Big Day of Giving for letting us participate again this year. So thank you so much. We got a notice in a little while ago that this is the first time ever in the history of Big Day of Giving that collectively, with all of the nonprofits in Sacramento today, they've brought in over $12 million in donations, which is pretty incredible. Hello, Tina. Good to see you on here. I am delirious. Everything is fine. I'm actually not bad. I'm not bad at all. So thank you, Big Day of Giving. We are very grateful to be part of this. You have maybe been here for some of the shows, or you have been here for all of the shows, but it has been a journey. And I have to make sure that I thank people right now, because if I don't, I'm going to feel terrible. So, first up, oh, okay. I will drive home safely. Okay. Don't make me cry. I have to get through a lot of stuff. So first off, all year long, we've had people that have just constantly contributed to the Comedy Spot. So thank you to our Patreon members, our Facebook subscribers, and to all you donors that just sporadically made donations throughout the year. I'd like to thank all of our performers, volunteers, producers, instructors, board members that have been so patient over this last year. It's not been easy. But I'm so grateful to be getting back to some sort of normal. So thank you, everyone, for being patient and trusting in my leadership. Thank you to everybody who watched all of our live streams this past year. I can remember sitting in a room with Sarah Kohlbaum, and we were doing the top 10. And I was like, Sarah, I want us to have a presence online. I want us to be live streaming all the time, right? And then COVID hit, and it was like, I guess we have to live stream all the time. So even though this year has been so difficult, I'm just so very grateful to all the people who just, when I said it's time to live stream, everyone was like, all right, well, I'm going to produce shows and be in shows, and trusted that we could do it. And we did. And we continue to do it. And I think that's what makes the Comedy Spot so strong is, some people, you've just come into the fray. You've just been part of the community, but you don't realize the sacrifice that so many people have made just to keep this thing going. People who loaned me money, before the Comedy Spot was a nonprofit, I owned the Comedy Spot. It was a nonprofit before it was a nonprofit. And, and I had friends that lent me money to be able to buy the sign that's on the front of the Comedy Spot right now. And, I didn't have good credit, so I was grateful that anybody would give me money. And, I paid them back, in quicker time than what they needed. And then I had somebody loan us money so that we could get our beer license. And then we paid them back quicker than what they quicker than what they wanted their money, just to prove to them that we were worthy of their investment. And then people like Stephen Bloom, who helped us became a nonprofit, loaned us money again to be able to pay for the cost of becoming a nonprofit. So just so many. Last year I deleted this section of Big Day of Giving because after 36 hours of being awake, you're pretty emotional. But I'm gonna get through it this year, I swear. So, my point was, there's been tons of people that have kept this thing going, and even though we've been through hard times, we've always overcome those, and not just laying down, but with grace and spirit and tenacity and love. This mask has so many boogers in it. Anyway, so very grateful to all of you who stuck by this thing, because one of the reasons I wanted this to be a nonprofit is because I wanted you to have ownership over it. And for the first year, I really feel that people have ownership over this community. People that we brought on as board members, they've been so valuable, like Keisha and Sarah. I mean, who knew that the two most important people on your board would be a doctor and a lawyer? And I think that just goes to show that when you surround yourself with good people, you put yourself in a good position so that you don't fail. And we didn't fail. And I will say this, with this Big Day of Giving this year and the grant that we received from Alliance Cares and the matching funds and just all the generosity, the Comedy Spot is going to survive. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to start this thing, is because I was afraid that it would die if it wasn't a nonprofit and people didn't have ownership over it. Well, you do. You have ownership over it, and you saved it, not me. I just kept people motivated and made you mad because I didn't produce your show and stuff like that. But it was really important for me to keep us going. So thank you. Okay, there's so many things I want to say. There's only 30 minutes left. So let's see. So thank you to everybody who watched our live streams this year. Big Day of Giving last year was the thing that jump-started those live streams that we've been doing for the last year. And, I was looking at a document from last year, and it said that one show I was communicating by Skype, and the next one Zoom, and the next one Skype, and two more by Zoom and Skype. And so I'm I've been wearing this all weekend. It stinks. But Ecamm saved me, because, man, it's so much work trying to put together a quality thing that I really believed in. All your comments are going by, and I'm so sorry I'm not reading them right now, but I plan on going back and reading them later on. I know the cry count is just off the charts. Let's just make it 30. Okay, 30? That'll work. Okay. Let's be realistic. It's probably more than that. So anyway, thank you for supporting the live streams, getting behind those. Yeah, a doctor and a lawyer walk into an improv class. It's true. So valuable. Thank you to everybody who participated in our first short film, the Comedy Spot Short Film Challenge. People close to us that have been doing things at the Comedy Spot for years, like Marco. And then people that are relatively new, like Beck, who participated from Reno, which is just mind-blowing to think that we had people from all over the country, as far as New York, a part of that first challenge. And what was really fun is I got to fail again. That's stupid, because this whole year I felt like a giant failure. But I mean, just always having to learn like new skills like live streaming and stuff like that. And again tonight with the Y2A and not being able to get their sound right, that's gonna be in my mind for months now. So, but the film challenge allowed me to just shit the bed and learn some really good lessons from it. And I really like to fail because I know that next year that thing will be 1,000 times better than what it was this year, and it was already fun. So I'm really stoked about that. Okay, I think I've said thank you to all the people, board members. Um, certainly we have to pause for just a second, and we have to acknowledge, all the producers of the live streams that happen today, all the producers of the live stream that happen all this year. But one person that continues to keep this thing together and on track is Tina Jett. And you guys don't talk to her on a normal basis, but every single grant that we got this year, except for the Lions Care grant, she has had her hand in. She researches them, she writes them. I gather all the documents, we put them together, and we've been successful 100% of the time. She helped us get a payout with the insurance. She helped us with a couple of grants. We just got word during Big Day of Giving that we just got another grant. Again, that was researched, and she went to workshops and she wrote them, and then we were able to submit it and we were able to get those. So if there is, there's people like me who have a big mouth and get in front of the camera all the time. And then there's people like Tina who sit quietly in the background and work their fucking ass off to make sure that we all get to have a fun time. So remember that, like, sometimes it's the people who are the most quiet that that are keeping the wheels on the bus. So, and then there's people like this guy. You shouldn't even be in my comment section because you're amazing. And, I try not to go around and tell people how amazing you are, but it's just impossible. Jeffrey, you are a saint. I think I've told you that 5 or 6 times this year, and I really appreciate all your support. Okay, we got Tina taken care of. Producers. I thanked all the people, like our employees and staff, who have been waiting patiently to get back to work, and we're finally back at it. I'm not asking you for money right now, because we've done that all day, and we've asked you to make people's buttholes suffer, and we asked you to contribute, but I don't want to do that right now. I just want to thank all the people, like Brian sitting off of my right behind me, was here most of the day helping out. At one time I was like, hey man, press these buttons. I need you to do this button work for me. I got to do this other thing. So all day today, people were coming in, helping out, making out cars, coming in and doing tech, getting food for people, getting coffee for people, taking care of people. So thank you for all that today. But think on a bigger plane. I mean, where else have you ever gone that there are this many kind and wonderful people that seem to have your back all the time? I've never seen it. I just wanted to do a sketch comedy group, and I was sick and tired of doing it inside of hotels, really shitty stages inside hotels. And look what happened. 15 years later, 20 years later, for me doing comedy in Sacramento, and we are not only one of the best comedy organizations in Sacramento, but I will tell you, there is a shift of momentum in this country. And now, because of places that didn't adapt, that didn't change, that didn't work together, places have closed. And so the old guard is dead. The UCB, we don't have to judge ourselves next to them. The IO, we don't have to aspire to be like them. We are an organization that can start to lead, and we can start to do things that are different. We can start to have an organization that is completely different from the boys club and white guys with beers club that comedy organizations have been. It's something that I've been fighting against for years, and I've tried to understand the people around me better, and I think because of that and all of you working together, we've created this really great community that's not just supportive people, but comedians who want to get better and who are willing to put in the work. So this is the time for not change. I don't like that. We're going to change some things, but this is our opportunity to invent, to create, to make things better, to do things better than other organizations. So I really super appreciate everyone who's stayed by and believed in this place, because it means so much to me. Yeah, Tessa, when she moved into her place, had 10 people from the comedy spot helping her out. We're also movers. I mean, that's the great thing about the comedy spot. I've used other people's trucks. I've carried other people's beds. One of the things I discovered about myself this year is that I need to start limiting my time here at the comedy spot. I've tried to carve out a place for me and my family because I've sacrificed so much. I've sacrificed so much of my time with them that I've become a person I don't want to be. And so I'm going to spend more time with my family. So just know in the next year when I tell you I can't meet on Sundays, I can't meet on Saturday mornings, it's not because I don't love you and want to work with you. It's because I need to carve out time for my own family. I think we all learned something this year, but I've learned that I'm a better leader when I'm a better dad. You know, plain and simple. All right, so do you guys want to know where we're at? Let's figure out where we're at. Let's end this thing up. So, here we go. The official tally on our big day of giving page is at. I will copy and I will paste this. That's the old total. This is the new total. We are at 22,664. And if over the next 20 minutes we get to $25,000, that is fantastic. But guess what? I'm done. You are wonderful. Just wonderful. You know, I was all mad because I couldn't get the sound to work on Y2Yay tonight. And then I stopped and I looked at the Tessa and Ruben and Sarah and Justine sitting at that table smiling. And then I looked over and saw Y2Yay. And I realized, this is what we worked for. You know? This is what we worked for. This year has sucked. We've lost people we've loved, and jobs, houses. We gave up a bunch of shit. And I'm so grateful that I didn't get sick and that my family didn't get sick. But I'm just really grateful that we made it through this together. That we saved the comedy spot. Sounds funny. That we saved the comedy spot. But more importantly, it didn't matter if we lost this building or if we didn't have the training center anymore. What mattered was we got to stay together as a community. Because, man, seeing you laugh tonight, all of you laugh at the comedy spot, one of the best feelings I've ever had. So, I'm gonna go jump in my car and sit there for a second. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight because it's I'm so filled with love. Is this your mask?
Not anymore.
Oh, that's gross. I'll keep that for you. Uh, so anyway, I'm grateful to you. I'm proud of all of you. Whew, you guys have been through some shit. So let's round the corner. Let's talk of COVID no more. let's uh, let's take care of each other. Let's make some funny stuff. Let's create. Let's be together. Let's do good things and move forward. So hold on. um, take care of each other. Thank you. I'm so grateful everything, for everything that you've done. Let's get busy. Have a good night. Be safe, and take care of yourself and your families, because that's what's most important. All right? Okay, we're done. I'm out of here. Bye bye. And you press the button, and